Are you interested in standing tall and taking up your space for years and years to come? Well, then this is the flow for you. Hey, fellow mover, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lisa, and today I'm your guide on a journey to embodiment through movement. Now it's time for us to explore movements that feel good. Embodiment is all about tapping into your unique essence, and movement is a great tool to get there. So leave your inhibitions and self-judgments behind, and let's move. Today we're starting sitting on the ground or in a chair even, where you can rest your hands comfortably, somewhere where you can allow your elbows to drop down under your shoulders, feeling a nice long neck. And take a moment to breathe and relax your abdominal wall. Feel your belly expand as you inhale and empty softly as you exhale. Take this moment just to come into your body and show some love and gratitude for this amazing vessel that carries you through this world on all of the adventures that you wish. Make an audible sigh or two. And then when you're ready, we're going to begin sitting up really, really tall, feeling ourselves anchored to the floor through our pelvis. And from here, we've created a cylinder through our torso, nice and tight. We'll tuck the chin. As if you wish to make a double or a triple chin, that means you have your chin about 90 degrees to your neck. Your eyes are forward, maybe slightly down. And there's some length in the back of the neck here. We're tucking the chin and drawing back. And then we can release it and repeat it. Tuck the chin 90 degrees to the neck. Think of making a gentle double chin or triple and release. And notice here, we're not moving at all through the torso as best we can because we've zipped it up here. We've created a cylinder that's unpenetrable, non-moving, right? It's stiff and strong really right here. For now, we'll get to creating a lot of movement in there shortly. But for now, we're holding a pillar and moving only through the neck, isolating this movement to the neck, my friends. It's a great way to get just a little bit of control and awareness of your neck, of your head positioning with these chin tucks. After that, see if you can make a little bit of a circle with your chin as you chin tuck. So the chin tucks and draws back, drops, reaches a little forward, a little bit up, but focuses on the tuck, drop, and a little forward. And now you can let your cylinder go free. Let your cylinder relax up a bit. And allow the circle that occurs at the chin to travel somewhat down the spine. We're starting to create a flow of energy through our energy centers, my friends. We'll get into that a little bit more soon enough. But can you feel that? A little gentle wave, creating fluidity of the spine. Woo! What a joyous thing that is, to have fluidity of the spine. We've gotten very used to thinking we have to hold our spine perfectly still, which we do for some exercises, some patterns, some lifts, of course. But other times we have to learn to let that spine be fluid. It's mainly made up of water. Let your breath come into play with that, my friends. And don't forget, just keep coming back to that little circle with your chin. The chin tucks, drops towards the breastbone, reaches a little forward, a little up, and tucks, drops, little forward, little up. Nothing crazy. Then shake it up, loosen it up. Let it go. Great. From here, we will think of moving through the upper back rather than through the neck. We were chin tucking before. Now we're doing something similar. We're drawing back through the upper back. Once again, we've locked in our cylinder. We've anchored our pelvis to the ground. You can feel your pelvic floor and your sit bones on either side, anchored to the ground like a tripod. And from there, you're very still through your pelvis. Your rib cage is locked down. There's a sensation of strength and tension drawing in to keep the spine long as you simply bend back at the point between your shoulder blades. This is harder than it sounds, however, because we can get very stiff up in this upper mid back. And notice I'm still looking straight forward. If I lift my eyes, I'll have a tendency of moving at my neck, which we're not doing right now. We're moving through the upper back. Challenging. If this feels very strange, you're doing it right. That's okay. We lose a lot of mobility in this upper back, but we can regain it. But you can also sit with your back flush to a wall and work on drawing back. If you are already really quite stiff in that upper back region with extension, which is what we're doing here, it's good enough just to sit with your back to a wall and attempt to pull your shoulders and the back of your head to the wall. Everything comes flush to the wall and you release. So you start with your pelvis at the wall and draw back. Great job. But if you can go beyond the wall, then we're getting into a little hyperextension, as if you're lifting your collarbones up to the sky a bit, showing off a big necklace or some beautiful tattoos. Here we go, depending on the generation. Now this you will feel in the upper back, my friends, so wiggle things up, shake things up right now. Let everything go free. Take some deep breaths and some audible sighs. That's a lot of work in the upper back end. We're doing more, so don't be surprised if there's some soreness in that upper and mid back. But let's take a moment to give some love to that upper back. Reach your fingertips all the way to the mid upper back here, towards your spine. And with your fingertips, just grab that tissue and pull forward. And provide whatever amount of tension that feels good for you. However much pressure feels good for you. As you tuck your chin, draw back. Yes, as those fingertips pull forward, tuck the chin. Like before, eyes slightly down and forward. Give me that double chin a bit. Let the hands go a little wider. Rub the top of the shoulders. Excellent. Woo! Get some movement in there. As I said, this is an area that can get very stiff on us, all through our chest, our heart center, and our upper and mid back. So we want to create a lot of circulation in that area. And we're going to continue that, but in a moment. Let's come into our crab position, friends. That's where we have our feet about shoulder width apart, hands behind the back, and the fingers can point behind you or to the sides. We're sitting in the shape of a letter M and just exploring a little bit here. Pressing into the hands and feet and moving the shoulder blades. We're really targeting this upper and mid back today, friends. Think of opening your heart, keeping your chest open as you slide your shoulders up to your ears, down from your ears with straight arms, perhaps. If that's too difficult, you might need to soften your elbows. You might start with a small range, and little by little, that body gets more and more aware of the full range of motion that those shoulder blades have, all the way up, all the way down, and we start to realize how good it feels to move the shoulder blades all the way up, all the way down. How about pulling the shoulder blades apart and pinching them together from the crab? And see if you can keep a pretty neutral neck with this. So you're looking just slightly up. The chin is still 90 degrees to the neck. We squeeze the shoulder blades and separate the shoulder blades. Squeeze the shoulder blades, separate the shoulder blades. Woo! Get some movement up in that upper and mid back. Does that not feel amazing? Whew. Here we take a recovery position for the wrists. This is a go-to position here with my practice. We come to sitting crab and press the back of the hands flat against one another, the back of the wrists actually to start. And then the fingertips can slip past each other and get interlaced. We give a little rock and pivot so that the fingers turn to point a little bit in towards you and then away from you, nice and slow, as you massage the back of the hands against one another. Some people can find this is very difficult, impossible even, too much stiffness in the back of the hands. Keep doing it. And over time, you'll see how you're going to come from here, impossible, to all the way flat. But it takes time. This is a practice that requires practice. So we don't give up on day one. This isn't a practice that is judging whether or not you can do it or you're doing it right or wrong. It's a practice in watching the evolution, watching how your body adapts to the practice. And that's where the mind and the body really get all happily intertwined. They're working so happily together. There's so much love there. There's so much joy in just moving the body, connecting the mind and the body. I could keep going on and on, but we got to keep moving, friends. It's time for us to come onto our hands and knees. Let's do it. Hands and knees. That means we have the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Hands again, they are shoulder width apart, my friends. And that means I'd like you to have your index fingers pointing forward, parallel to one another, and the other fingers are spread from there. Index fingers are parallel. Here we go. Let's move the shoulder blades again. We pull the shoulders up to the ears and down, up to the ears and down. You can look down just in front of your fingertips. And there we want to keep the spine perfectly still, perfectly straight. The abs, that cylinder is engaged. We can even feel the muscles of the pelvic floor engaging to help us hold the body still as we pull the shoulders up and down, all the way up and down with straight elbows. With straight elbows, tricky. Okay, next is to pack those shoulders down from the ears. Pack them down, friends. And let's then squeeze the shoulder blades together and push them apart. Woo! Let's do it. 10. This is a challenge, squeezing the shoulder blades together and pushing them all the way apart to separate fully those shoulder blades. All the while keeping the elbows locked straight, all the while keeping the spine neutral, as best we can at least. And that means elbows straight means your elbow pits are facing the direction of the crown of your head. I'm showing from the front. Elbow pits and biceps are pointing in the direction of the crown of the head. As we squeeze the shoulder blades together and push them apart. Woo! And then let those shoulders wiggle about. Now that last one, friends, is a great exercise to do in front of a video camera, because it's very hard to see if you're doing it or hard to feel if you're doing it right. But once you see that recording, you could be surprised. All right, guys, we want to keep moving the shoulder blades, but let's be a little gentle. Can we come into a child's pose? Hips to the heels. And let yourself maybe wiggle a little bit, your shoulder blades, your shoulder girdle. Wiggle, wiggle. And then press into your hands and turn into your primal body. And let's start waving a bit through the spine with a cat and camel. That means we sit into child's pose, wave forward, up towards hands and knees, extend the spine, wave back. As we lift the butt from the heels, I'm in flexion of the spine. I'm looking to the navel, pulling the shoulder blades apart. As I start pushing back, I've extended the spine. And here we are, child's pose. Lift the navel, inhale, wave yourself forward, and extend the spine, look forward, and wave it back. Elbows are straight if you can. This is our cat and camel spinal wave. You might make it even smaller where you don't sit your butt to your heels, maybe smaller. See if you can make this a wave that travels from your crown of head down your spine, from the neck to the upper back, mid back, lower back, pelvis. One segment at a time. Get that little ripple effect of the wave and use your breath with it, my friends. Feel that nice stretch in the neck with some tucking of the chin to the chest. And as you lift the chin, remember to pack your shoulders down. We don't need to go for a big crank in the neck, but rather a gentle extension of the neck that will kind of match the rest of the spine with extension. Long shoulders are down from the ears. Such gentle movement there. And then we'll come to rest on our hands and knees, friends. Just beautiful. We have the hands under our shoulders, the knees under the hips. And this one is a lovely stretch for the neck with our neck rotations. So we look to the ground first. We're pushing the shoulders away from the ears. And then drawing the chin to the chest, we want to look towards the navel. Keep pushing your breastbone away from the ground, your elbows straight. And draw your chin to your right shoulder, just gently. As you keep the rest of the body very still, you're looking to your right shoulder or armpit. Gently lift the chin away from that right shoulder. And pull your eyes to the center on the ground, a little bit in front of those fingertips. Circle around to the left. Really just making a big circle. Looking over your left shoulder, and then drawing your chin to your left shoulder, looking to the armpit. And returning your chin to your chest, look to the navel. Can we do one more, my friends? Draw the chin to your, say, right shoulder, look to the armpit. Reach the chin away from the right shoulder, gentle. We're not pushing to pain. We're just exploring what feels good. Looking over to the left, drawing the chin to the left shoulder, looking to the navel. Can we go the other way? Looking to the left shoulder. Gently lift the chin away from the left shoulder. The spine stays still. That cylinder is engaged. We keep the neck really long. The shoulders packed down. We look to the right. Draw the chin to the right shoulder. Look to the navel. Can we do one more to the left? Nothing forced. It's a soft, flowy circle. It just feels good. Just feels good. Woo! It does feel good. Awesome. Great job, friends. Let's take a moment again here to stretch our wrists by, once again, we're in a crab position, shape of the letter M. We press the back of the hands flat, back of the wrists really, and let the fingers slip past each other and give a gentle rub. And while we take a little break and recovery for the wrist, I do want to mention that my Costa Rican movement experiences are on their final month sale, early bird special. And this is a 7-day event here in Costa Rica where we come to get embodied, grounded. It's the most magical experience. We will do it together and with other amazing souls. If this interests you, check my website, lisachavez.com. That's with an S, not a Z. Or you can check the link in the descriptions box below. All right, my friends, let's carry on and let's come up to stand for this one. Okay, friends, here we are standing with the feet apart, about shoulder width apart. The feet are pretty much parallel. Maybe there's a slight turnout. We're simply bouncing and shaking, giving a little happy vibration to the fascia that runs through our body from head to toe, wrapping around every muscle fiber, every muscle, every organ, wrapping around everything in the body. So we just want to give it a little shake. This vibration really translates into a nice release for the fascia. Ha, 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 ha. And you can use your breath. Ha, 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 ha. Shake it up. Those shoulder blades do a little bouncing up and down. And then you can gently fade out of the bounce. That can be a challenging thing for some of us, just to let the body really relax, the tissue relax, and just absorb a bounce. but I encourage you to practice. It's very good for the circulation. Moving on, we have not finished with our upper back exercises. If you feel it's already getting a little sore, you might say, okay, enough for today, come back and do the rest tomorrow. But here we go, standing with our arms crossed as an X here at the chest. We will stand again with the feet wide, about shoulder width apart. We bend at the knees and we tuck the tailbone under into what we call a posterior tilt. Tuck the tailbone under. From here, we'll lift the collarbones once again towards the ceiling. We did this when we were sitting. We lifted the collarbones just a bit and bent back slightly at the point between the shoulder blades. It's small, but we call this thoracic spine extension. We lift the collarbone, release. I'm coming up close, but you guys know what I'm saying here. Tuck that tailbone under and give me a lift in the upper back, keeping the ribs locked down and working right up high between the shoulder blades, bending back, bending back. Lots of tension in your glutes, lots of tension in that cylinder through the core. We tuck and lift. We're going to do a lot, my friends, so just keep practicing. Another great exercise to record yourself and see how it looks afterwards and compare over time if you're able to get a little bit more extension in that upper back. Woo! Awesome. Shake it out. And here we will apply that same concept of thoracic spine extension as we make some spinal waves. And we can use a wall or not. If you have one handy, you will step close and maybe stand about 3 inches away from the wall. And you'll move into the wall and back with thoracic spine extension. We move into the wall with the nose, the heart, the pelvis, and back. We're letting the energy wave down the body. Use the breath. If you don't have a wall, imagine there's a wall in front of you, just a couple inches, and you'll gently push forward the nose, then pull it back. The heart, then pull it back. The pelvis, then pull it back. Inhale and exhale. We've been working on the circling chin. You can come back to that concept and think of allowing the circling chin to initiate the wave that travels down the spine as we focus on that thoracic spine extension. So let's think of the chin drawing back, down, a little forward, a little up, and again back, tuck, tuck, down, a little forward to the wall, a little up the wall, back from the wall, down, forward, up. It can be very small too, very gentle. Let your shoulders hang heavy, friends. Use your breath. This is not about getting it right, doing it wrong. This is about allowing a flow of energy to start to travel up and down your circuitry within you, down the front through all your energy chakras, bouncing up from the pelvic floor through your spine, returning to your crown chakra, getting this amazing flow of energy through your body. Nothing getting stagnant. Okay, because we are mainly water, and water does not like to be stagnant, and it is unhealthy. In order to create good circulation and healthy bodies, we need to keep things moving. We need to keep things flowing like water. So right here, working on your fluidity of this movement is a very powerful exercise, far beyond the little details of it, the getting it right, getting it wrong. It's a practice that will come over time. I've been doing it for years now, and that's how it's gotten smooth. Trust me, for the first couple, it wasn't. It takes time, it takes practice, but it gets into your system in a way that shows you are suddenly this soft water. You are embodying water. And water is the strongest force on earth. Water doesn't get flustered by anything. It finds a way. It always finds a way. So that's what the embodiment practice is all about. Embodying elements such as water and air, trees, and Mother Earth, and embodying your natural essence and energy. Tapping into that. Oof, powerful practice. Takes time, takes some commitment, but it's a lot of fun too. All right, I'm intuitively moved into some pelvic circles, and I bet you're ready for them too. Whatever feels good for you, big or small, but attempt to keep your spine pretty long, an extension, as the pelvis moves around in a circular pattern around a vertical axis, maybe the point between your feet. And change direction, friends. Try to keep that spine long and in extension. Whew. That's a fun little practice, isn't it? Okay, we have one more fun drill here, and this one will have us using our wall. Now here, you don't have to have a wall. You can also practice this from your floor, from a bed, from a beach, somewhere outdoors is amazing. But we are going to imagine that we have to keep our hands in contact with the ground or with the wall for now, okay? Just the hands for now. Because what we're thinking of is becoming a star with our hands in contact with the wall. We are in a star position, right? Spread open, 5-point star. And with our hands staying in contact with the wall, we have to come into a star position with my back to you, let's put it that way. So with my hands staying in contact with the wall, I need to turn my back to you and find a star. Easy. And maybe one more. Finding a way to keep the hands in contact with the wall. Notice what happens. I need to thread one arm under the other. I don't want them crashing into each other. I want to thread the arm under. Open up. Thread the arm. The head can roll around from back to front, all of that. They pivot around. But we're doing this little dance on the wall, okay? Right. Let your feet just walk around you as you come from a star from your back belly showing to a star with your back showing. Okay? Cool stuff. We're going to take this to the ground. Okay, so here we are. We're in a start position. Belly to the sky. So we will start here actually by keeping our feet in contact with the ground and doing the same thing as we did with the hands. The feet stay in contact with the ground and they thread. One leg threads under the other. One leg threads under, and that brings us into what I call a twisted star. My arms are still sprawled, but my legs have crisscrossed. And we're back to a star. And the other side. Twisted star. Feel a nice twist, spinal twist. It's nice to do in your bed, right? In the morning, if you have a big bed, or if you get outside. Explore keeping your feet in contact with the ground. Don't let them touch. And thread and reach. Okay, let's move on. We've come to a twisted star, but now we must thread the arms in order to come into that star from the belly. And we want to be as soft on the body as we roll from the back to the belly as we can be. Meaning that we don't want to push any of our bony protuberances into the hard floor. We want to come into the hard floor very softly. Okay, I've run out of space. No problem. I'm going to reverse. So I'm on my belly. I want to start now with my arms threading. And I use my arms, I use my abs to come slowly into my twisted star. My hands haven't left the ground. My feet haven't left the ground. Ooh, there we go. We found star. How about the other way? I'm lying on my back, so we begin with the leg threading, twisted star. And then we use those arms to help us just gently come onto our belly. The hands don't leave the ground. And now we're in a star on the belly. From here, we thread the arms. Figure out which one goes under which so that you can find a twisted star. And back to your back star. Let's try one more, friend. Thread the leg, then the arms, come to belly, thread the arms, then the legs, return to your back. Keep going, thread the legs, then the arms, lie belly, thread the arms, then the legs, lie on your back. Woo! The sun is rising here in Costa Rica, my friends, and I thank you for joining me. Let's stay here in our star and give a wiggle. I love it. How about we bend the knees and do a little shaking bounce from here, where we'll push back from our feet. Just a little push, 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 push. Like we're rocking the body a little back and forth. We can bring our arms down by our sides and let them be wherever they wish comfortably. And let that little push, 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 push back from the feet in the direction of the crown of the head. Create this little, once again, gentle vibration. Ha, 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 ha. Use your breath. Bring your attention to your breath. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, super job. Great, my friends. And from here, we can roll onto our side. Come up to sit. And take a moment just to settle in to our breath again. Taking a couple big breaths into the belly, making an audible sigh. Thank you so much for moving with me on this glorious morning here. I hope I get to move with you in the flesh in this beautiful paradise of Costa Rica sometime soon. Right now, don't forget my early bird specials are on for the Costa Rican movement experiences coming December 2024 and February 2025. They're my babies, and I am so excited. I really look forward to moving with you guys then. I have an incredible, simple itinerary, venues. It's going to be magical. So come and join me. We play for hours each day, or if you want just an hour. Totally up to you. And you'll be residing right there at the beach. You walk right up to me, and we start playing, crawling in the trees, breathing, doing all these amazing embodiment practices. So, hey, that's what turns me on. I don't know about you. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that practice. Please do comment down below. Please do let me know how it feels for you. I love to read the comments and I love responding. And if you have any questions, I'm totally here for you. Let me know. All right. And until we move together again, keep moving naturally for life. Ciao, ciao.